Mr. Chair, I have distributed a table that describes the situation for the purpose of voting across all 14 federal, provincial, and territorial jurisdictions across the country. You will know that only 4 jurisdictions require proof of address, and in all cases, vouching is an alternative to providing documents. A second aspect of Bill C23 that is cause for serious concern is the fact that it will diminish the level playing field in 2 ways, by increasing spending limits and more significantly by introducing an exception for certain fundraising expenses, effectively creating a loophole in the regime. It is hard to conceive of soliciting funds without promoting a party or a candidate. There is also no way of monitoring whether the individuals being solicited fall into the permissible category of previous donors, since the Act does not require reporting the name of contributors who give $200 or less, which represent the vast majority of donors. There is also no requirement to report which contributors were contacted pursuant to the exemption. The fundraising exception is simply unenforceable and is an open invitation for abuse. A third aspect of Bill C23 that I find troubling is the prohibition on the Chief Electoral Officer providing information to the public on any subject matter except essentially how and where to register and vote. Of course, it is important that Elections Canada provide public information on these basic questions. In fact, it should be noted that in the last election, 98% of our communication and outreach expenses were focused precisely on that task. The proposed measure would not simply continue to make this a priority, it would ban all other public communication, effectively prohibiting us from publishing basic research, participating in civic education initiatives, or informing Canadians on fraudulent activities or on measures to prevent them. The Chief Electoral Officer needs to be able to speak freely and openly about any aspect of the electoral process. The restrictions imposed would limit my ability to properly administer and supervise free and fair elections, and it would undermine public confidence in our electoral process. A fourth area of concern regarding Bill C23 is the weakening of the Commissioner's ability to effectively intervene and enforce the Canada Elections Act. Both the former and the present Commissioner have indicated that the Commissioner's effectiveness depends on having direct and unfettered access to information and expertise within Elections Canada. They are also concerned that placing the Commissioner within the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution would undermine the Commissioner's ability to intervene during an election period in coordination with Elections Canada and election officers to resolve situations of non-compliance. Both have also stressed the importance of amending Bill C23 to include the power to seek judicial authorization to compel witnesses to testify. They have indicated that the absence of such power has been an important challenge in getting to the facts and major investigation of election offenses. Fifth, and finally, I do not believe that Canadians' trust in the integrity of their electoral system is improved by the addition of central poll supervisors to the list of election workers nominated by political parties. All election officers should be appointed based exclusively on merit, and in particular, central poll supervisors. In my view, this provision should be deleted from the bill. When I look at all these issues and I consider the important challenge that face our electoral democracy, I cannot but conclude that the changes to the bill are required. Changes that include but go beyond issues related to voter identification. I hope that this committee and that the Senate as a whole, in their wisdom, make necessary changes to the bill in order to allow a broader consensus. I believe this is critical to foster trust in our electoral system, and I would be happy to assist in that regard. As I have indicated at the outset, I have brought with me a table of proposed amendments, and I'm certainly open to exploring other alternatives with the committee. Mr. Chair, I would be pleased to answer questions. Thank you.